Welcome back, all of my YouTube family. Today I wanted to make this video just to share with you guys how I was able to pass my first nursing exam for dosage and calculations. Now keep in mind, this is the book that I used in order to help me prepare myself prior to entering nursing school. This book is by Demystified and I love it because it breaks down everything that you need to know. So for nursing 1, this is the formula. So always remember it's going to be ordered over on hand times the quantity, which is going to equal your dose. So in simple terms, it's going to be O over H times Q equals D. For the first example that I wanted to go over, we're going to read the question. Always remember your medication order is your order, and your medication label is going to be your on hand. And always finish reading the question to ask you what it is asking for. So you are able to cross out anything that would not help you. And always remember, this is what I do. I will just circle exactly the numbers that are needed. So it's going to be your order over your on hand times your quantity, which is going to equal your dosage. And I'm sorry, I'm holding my camera and I'm writing at the same time, guys. Okay? So now I'm just going to write it out. 6.25 milligrams over my on hand, which is 12.5 milligrams. Now I see that I have to divide this, but before I divide it, I have to check if it's in the same. So it's milligrams and milligrams. So yes, it is the same. And always remember what it is asking you for. So 0.5 tablets, and how do I know it's tablets? Because that's what it is asking me for. So now for the second example, it's still going to be the same thing. Your medication order, which is going to be your 300 milligrams, and over your on hand, which is going to be 100 milligrams per tablet. And it says how many tablets to administer to the patient. So once again, I am going to write my formula out. Order over on hand times your quantity, which will equal your dose. So I just like to go back and look at that numbers, because in nursing school, it's always good to double check your work, especially when you have to get a test that equals to 100. You can't make a mistake. I know certain schools, they let you retake this exam, but our school did not. Okay, so as you could see, 300 milligrams over 100 milligrams times 1 tablet, because that is what the question is asking us for. So 300 divided by 100 milligrams, and remember that it is the same, milligrams over milligrams. So your answer is going to be 3 tablets. And that is your answer right there. So for nursing one, our classroom was giving a conversion chart. As you can see, I just took a couple of flashcards and with a hole puncher, I just made a hole and put it into a keychain. That way I'll be able to carry it with me and study. These are the conversions right here. I wrote them out in color and it really helps me visualize. This right here is my favorite conversion form. As you can see, it's going to be 1,000 micrograms equals 1 milligrams. And you could see the pattern. So you just remove the C and then you get the mg. And then after you remove the M, you get a G. So I don't know if you could see that, but this is pretty much how I'm able to remember this formula right here. So another thing that I do to remember this formula is I always remember that kilograms is the smaller number and labs, which is pounds, is always going to be your bigger number. So for the volume conversions, as you could see, 1 teaspoon is equal to 5 milliliters, 1 tablespoon is equal to 15 milliliters, and 1 ounce is equal to 30 milliliters. And as you can see, the pattern is 5, 15, 30, 240. So I know that it could be difficult at first trying to remember all these numbers, but the way that I found for me in order to memorize these cards is just by writing them in different colors and always going through these cards whenever I have a chance. So this right here is one of the questions that is asking you to convert from milligrams in order to micrograms. Okay, so we're going to read it again, and it's still going to be the same formula, ordered versus on hand, and always remember what the question is asking you. So I just pull out my cards. 1 milligram, okay, is, remember, it's equal to 1,000 micrograms. So this time I'm going to write it in black because I know you guys could see it so much better. So what I'm doing here is I'm just writing it out. Although I know 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 micrograms. All right, so as you could see, we're going to write the on hand, which is going to be a total of 500 micrograms. Now, is the top and the bottom the same? Yes, it is. Okay. Remember that it's times 1 tablet because that's what the question is asking you for. So your answer is going to be 2 tablets. Always remember, order versus on hand. I can't stress that enough. I'm going to make it stick to your brain. So here you go, milligrams to micrograms. Okay, and we're just going over it again. And this is why this book is so good, because it just breaks down everything and it shows you step by step. Now, I know that I went a little bit beyond my scope of practice because nursing 2, we're going to do IV drops and everything else. So I didn't know what I was going to expect, but this book is really good and I definitely recommend it